Hey guys, Kayrann here, welcome to Vainglory's actual hero spotlight, featuring the devil. Wait, that isn't her name? Featuring Petal, the girl with a small army. This character is one of the few characters, the more I play as her, the more I hate myself. She's very close of being the Teemo of Vainglory. There's a lot to cover about the character, so let's get started where we always start, the skins. So her default skin is pretty simple, nothing too crazy. You're just a green girl on some flower and little plant things that have undying loyalty for you. You know, the usual. So her skin series changes her minions to be bugs, which is a pretty cool idea if I'm honest. But let's look at the first one.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Okay, now let's look at the epic skin. They're the Beatles. And finally we have her legendary skin with... Nah, but for real, the way they took the bug series was super cool and I, for one, love it. And finally we have her seasonal skin, which is pretty spoopy. I like the skin because it shows how self-aware they are with the title of the skin. They aren't taking themselves too seriously and they're just having a little bit of fun with the name. Her lore is nothing too heavy and going over the lore can be complicated and take up a lot of time. So a summary of her lore is she learns how to make her minions explode. Okay, on to her passive after a short word from our watchers. Yup. Petal's passive is her minions. Her basic attacks mark her enemies with sunlight, which then have her minions go attack them. And when the minions start to bite the target marked with sunlight, Petal gains up to 20 to 65% attack speed boost for 1.5 seconds. This is only part of what makes Petal one of the dumbest characters in Vainglory. The distance these minions can chase an enemy down is pretty crazy. Luckily it got nerfed, but it's still really dumb. This is literally all I have to work with for describing her passive and making it funny. Come on.
Back from the dead, I'm the sleeper done slumbering. Pass me the mic and I might stop mumbling.
No, stop that. Her A ability is Bramble Boom Seeds. This is how you spawn your minions and get your ungodly damage output because these little demons just do everything for you. So not only is this the way you spawn your minions, but it's also useful in a couple other ways. So the seeds will give you a small area of vision where they are planted, but will also explode upon impact if an enemy walks into them, knocking them back. It's important to remember that they can be seen even if they are in a bush, so they aren't just a straight placement for mines because there's no sound or notification that they've been destroyed. But it is super obnoxious if you place these while you're running away because if it hits an enemy, they get sent back. This is one of her many objects of rage.
I have crippling depression.
Her B ability is Trampoline! What? It has an exclamation point. Look, right there. So this ability is her second tool of making people rage. This ability can be whatever you want it to be. You need to start a fight with damage boost up to 40% for 2 seconds? It can do that. Low on health and you need to get away from enemies that just won't stop chasing? It can do that. Need to rape your enemy laner because they push too far up? It can do that. As if this ability wasn't bad enough, it can go over walls. This is just such a good ability, but giving it to Petal is so dumb because she can just chase her enemies forever with minions or just get out of a fight when things don't look good. Also, you place one of your demon seeds in the place where you started your jump. And I don't know if I'll be able to get footage of this, but if you get stunned or any other kind of CC while you're in your jump, it will continue your jump. You will not be stunned out of your jump. So as long as you start the jump, you will complete it, but you're not invincible during it. This ability only has positives. I get a gap closer that also gives me a damage boost? Ha! Okay, real talk time. Playing this character just for this video, I start to hate myself more and more. Literally the only way to fight Petal is to uninstall the app, because as soon as you see the enemy Petal on the team, you just go, well, this game's gonna give me AIDS. And finally, we have her stupid, moronic, idiotic, overpowered, This move is dumb. So her ultimate is spontaneous combustion. Petal commands her minions to
Allahu Akbar!
all over your enemies. That sounds bad when you don't add the actual sound clip. This move not only deals a burst of crystal damage, but it also has a slow, so if they're running away, you can just straight up hit them with one of the 3 charges. Oh yeah, you have 3 charges of this broken crap to put a huge slow on them and just catch up and kill them. So this ability is decent as we talk about it right now, and you're probably thinking, man, Kayrann thinks this ability is broken, but it's really not. But hold it. This ability also has an AoE heal. Now it isn't enough to make her a support or anything, but it's just so dumb fighting a Petal and watching her whole team's health go up in a team fight. And finally, the detonated minions will become seeds that will come back into minions like normal seeds.
All right, I gotta leave, okay?
John, we just started. Come on, man.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here.
Finally, we're on to the builds, which is my least favorite part of the series. The only viable path you can take Petal on is the crystal power, since it's how your minions are able to power up and do more damage. So here's my totally generic, prob gonna feed the entire game Kayrann build. So typically I rush items when I play so I can get the bonus effect of tier 3 items. So I rush Frostburn to get this nice crisp slow on my enemies. This is really simple because you get a lot of crystal power and they get slowed. It's a win-win for you. Next, you want to build alternating current for the more attack speed and consistent damage output other than your minions. On the way to alternating current, you want to get yourself some boots for that nice movement speed. Side note, I've noticed I've been only building up to tier 2 boots in a lot of my games, so I can focus on getting different items, and it works out pretty well. For your last item, I would suggest Broken Myth, because if you're playing Petal right, you should have your enemies scared into building shield and you'll need to scale into late game. And for defense, I would like you to pick your own. What enemy hero has you scared the most? Build against them so you don't die as easily. Honestly, leave these space for situational defenses.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more!
Is that it? Can I finally stop playing Petal? Yes? Woo!